What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninjas Filthiest Pitches of the Day. Before we get into those pitches, remember, hit that subscribe button. We're so close to 100,000 subscribers and need you on board. So hit subscribe, and without further ado, here are my filthiest pitches of the day. I'm going to start with Devin Smeltzer, who pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 hits, and had 6 Ks. All this, and his fastball barely touches 90 miles an hour. He has an ERA of 1.04 this year and has been really tough to hit. Shohei Ohtani gave up 5 runs last night, but that doesn't mean he wasn't filthy. He also had 10 strikeouts in 6 innings. And check out these splitters and sliders. This 88-mile-an-hour splitter had a spin rate of only 924 RPMs. That little spin on a pitch moving that fast, you can see why it drops so much. Ohtani also used his telekinetic powers to transport Tapia away from the first baseline on this ground ball. He can do anything, although he can't really grow a mustache. Check this comparison out between Spencer Strider and Shohei Ohtani. I mean, Strider wins hands down, right? Hyunjin Ryu outdueled Ohtani. He didn't have a lot of Ks, but he did have this really nice 69-mile-an-hour curveball. Even the home plate umpire recognized how nice this was. Tarik Skubal had 5 Ks in 7 innings, and this is mostly due to his changeup and fastball. I love this when he gets fired up after his last strikeout on that fastball. He gets the sword, and it's like, let's go. The thing about that last pitch, it was a fastball inside, and Skubal does that as well as anybody in baseball. He makes hitters uncomfortable, and he has a 2.44 ERA this year to show it. Nestor Cortes had 5 Ks in 8 innings, giving up only 4 hits. He's got a 1.7 ERA this year. His cutter has been dominant. Hitters are only hitting 162 this year against his cutter. But they're only hitting 173 against his 4-seamer, too. Cortes has undoubtedly been one of the best pitchers in baseball all season. Martin Perez had 6 Ks in 7 innings, gave up only 1 run. That is nasty backdoor cutter working. Look at these. They start off the plate and then just barely touch a little smidge of the plate. That is painting. And just when you get used to him and you think he's going to throw a backdoor cutter, he'll throw a changeup off that. You can see how tough that combination is. They start off about the same place, and the changeup fades, and the cutter catches the plate. Good luck. You can see why he has a 1.6 ERA this year, and he hasn't given up a home run all season. Frankie Montas, who is going to get traded at some point to some contender, was dominant again. He had 11 strikeouts in 7 innings, giving up only 3 hits. And look at these splitters. These things are unhittable. Montas had 66 strikeouts this season, ranking 6th, right behind Corbin Burns. That's how good he's been. Who has the most strikeouts in Major League Baseball? That is Aaron Nola, and Aaron Nola is my filthiest pitcher of the day. Aaron Nola had 10 Ks in 8 innings, and when you look at this, you can see why. Here is a 94-mile-an-hour fastball and an 80-mile-an-hour knuckle curve. And you can see in this overlay, that is unfair. When Nola is painting with his fastball and spinning that knuckle curve, he is going to rack up the Ks. My filthiest pitch from him was this 2-time zone knuckle curve where he gets the sword. Just a vicious, unhittable pitch. Now, Nola did benefit from some great defense. I mean, look at this play by Batman over here. A heck of a grab. Now, on to my filthiest relievers. Andrelton Simmons had this 45-mile-an-hour, Simba special to get a swinging strike. According to Codified Baseball, since Statcast started, there's been over 10 million pitches and over 1 million swinging strikes. This is the slowest pitch in the history of Statcast to get a swinging strike. And unfortunately, Kyle Farmer, who hit 2 home runs this game, is only going to be remembered after this game as the dude who swung and missed at the slowest pitch ever to get a whiff in the Statcast era. Don't worry, Kyle. We'll remember your 2 home runs and your 5 RBIs. Simmons also had this fastball at 78 miles an hour that same at bat. And when you overlay it, well, this is whatever the opposite of tunneling is. A complete mess. John Schreiber was absolutely disgusting for the Red Sox. Look at these filthy sliders and two-seamers. Just nasty stuff. You can see why the expected batting average on a slider is .094. That thing is a frisbee. And amazingly, Schreiber's ERA this season is a big, fat 0. Or maybe it's not that amazing after looking at this filth. Josh Hader had this overpowering 99-mile-an-hour fastball. With those arms and legs flailing and his shoulder turn, his pitch may have looked like 199 miles an hour. This thing just flies. Speaking of fastballs, Ben Joyce was in action through one inning. These are all of his fastballs from that inning. He did not throw a fastball under 101 miles an hour. He actually touched 103.8 on TrackMan. And for all you haters who think that Tennessee's guns were juiced, this is in Hoover, Alabama at the SEC tournament, and it seems like every stadium has juiced guns when Ben Joyce is pitching. And now, my pitching ninja moment of zen. It's just a couple of dudes rubbing their balls.